Hi, everybody. This is Carrie Hamblen, the CEO and president of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce, coming to you again with another one of our Zoom chats. These are benefits for our members of the Las Cruces Green Chamber of Commerce to help uplift the amazing things that they're doing, either sales, in this case, classes, all sorts of stuff. And so if you're a member of the Green Chamber and want to do one of these Zoom chats, which are super easy, right, Hannah?
Yes.
Super easy. Private message me here, but as you know, I've got with me the one and only Hannah Cole, who is the founder and owner of Sol Ballroom. And Hannah, oh my goodness, this is like the calm before the storm for you, right?
Well, I don't know. I think we are always in a storm.
True, true.
We stay calm through the storm. Let's put it
there.
that way.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Yes, yes.
And so Soul Ballroom has been around for quite some time. And so I don't want to assume that everybody's always following our videos, even though I love it when they do. Can
Mhm.
you tell us about how Soul Ballroom came about and what your experience brought to really starting this dance studio?
Got it. Well, let's see. We opened about 6.5 years ago, a little bit longer. It was kind of an accident, to be really honest, but I saw a need in the city of Las Cruces, having been at that time in the profession for about 25 years, and had just spent 5 years at NMSU creating and directing the ballroom dance program there. As I kind of exited the university, I looked around and there was a lot of people who wanted to dance, a lot of people who wanted this kind of community. And so I accidentally started a dance studio. um, it really kind of came very naturally because I had been in the business for such a long time. I'm at almost 33 years of
Hmm.
teaching dance and being in the ballroom dance profession in some way, shape, or form. And and so here we are, and I'll just give you a little quick view. Here, look at us. Look, we've got dancers
Yeah,
in the wild right there.
I love it. Yeah, you've got a
Right?
fabulous dance studio over there.
We're very pleased with it. We've got the
Yeah,
best floor in all of the southeast, I believe, or south. Where are we? Southwest.
Southwest. Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we? I was in the southeast before.
When you say best floor, I'm wondering, is that like that's a thing, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So our floor is highly specialized. It is actually specific for ballroom dancing. It's a floating floor that's
Mm.
got about an inch of cushion underneath it, so that really, truly, it takes off any impact whatsoever. So it's not just a beautiful hardwood floor, but it actually, I don't know, it's almost like the floor kind of dances with you, I have to say, right? No pain
Yeah.
whatsoever. So,
Well, and that makes so much sense because you think of especially, if there are, folks who are doing jumps or coming down hard, I mean, the last thing you want as a dancer or anybody who's physically active is to injure yourself doing something that you love, although many
oh,
people
yeah.
do. And so I did not know that about your studio
Yeah, yeah,
floor. That's
yeah.
great.
I really actually had no idea it was going to be as good as it is. But it's actually, I know it sounds kind of funny, but it's truly the best floor I've ever danced on.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, it feels great. So kind of massages the bottoms of your feet as you dance. Let's put it that way. I know.
Ooh,
So you get to
that's,
dance and you get a massage all at the same time.
I think that's another selling point. Come massage your feet.
Right?
Um, yeah, and so this is probably an unfair question. It's like asking you what your favorite child is, but do you have a favorite form of dance that you like to do? Is it the ballroom dancing?
I really can't say. I used to say when I was much newer at dancing that my favorite dance was the one that I was working on the most.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not to say I don't continue to work on my own dancing, but it really, one of the things that I love about partner dancing is because there are so many different dances. It's kind of like getting to eat at a buffet every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, you don't have to choose. You don't have to, only have vanilla ice cream. You can have all of the flavors.
Mm-hmm.
So if we
Well,
want to feel a little spicy, we can do some tango. We want to feel a little sultry, we might do some rumba. We want to just have a really great time, we might go swing dancing. So the beauty of not having to choose is really what's so great.
and each of those dances really kind of, there's focus on certain things. There's focus on core, there's focus on lead work, there might be focus more on shoulders and up above. And so it really is like not only something that people can enjoy, but it's also like a really great workout.
It is very sneaky exercise. So sometimes people will track they'll track their steps, like even just in a group class. And very oftentimes, a Friday night party, for instance, where we, do an hour dance lesson and then 2 hour just social dancing, they will easily get 15,000 steps in a night. And that's in 3 hours.
Yeah.
And that's while they're having a blast, right? So
Wow.
it's incredibly sneaky exercise. It automatically works the core. It's kind of your perfect interval training that's so popular for weight loss and also for
Mhm.
cardiovascular benefits. Um, because you have the slow and steady waltz, for instance, where there's a lot of core strength and balance and
Mhm.
everything that's required. And then we might speed it up, and all of a sudden, we're dancing 4 times as fast, and we're doing the salsa.
Yeah.
So yeah, so exercise wise, there's really actually nothing better. Plus, it's sneaky, it's fun.
Yeah. I
Right?
love the idea of sneaky workouts that you kind
Yeah,
of
you
slip
don't
in there.
really know you're doing it.
Yeah. And so you've got, and the reason why we're doing this and it's dropping when it is because you've got a next, I mean, you're always doing dance classes, but you've got your next block of
Hmm.
dances. And I see you've got some visual aids there off to your side. Can you kind of give us a little preview about the upcoming class schedule?
Absolutely. So, I guess I want to preface the whole thing by saying, in my experience and in my opinion, learning one dance does not make a dancer. It's being able to dance multiple dances and being able to feel confident on the dance floor that makes the dancer. And that's where we really start to have a lot of fun. So, all of our group classes, we do private lessons all the time. In fact, there's one happening right now out there in the studio. You saw them, Dancers in the Wild. Um, but all of our group classes are longer series style classes, which means that they progress from one week to the next. It assures that our dancers actually do learn something and are able to retain it. So, our kind of entry point dance class that we do is called the Social Dance Series. And yes, I know I'm old school with my marketing here. This is a program that I actually designed in 1996 that still actually holds true.
Nice.
Um, what I realized in 1996, I know this is just dating myself, I was 2 years old. Um, uh, what I realized is that, people would go and take a dance class, and let's say they were learning salsa, and they would take a 4 week class or maybe just a drop-in class, and then the next month would come along, and now they're learning a different dance. And what I found was that the retention wasn't strong in terms of them
Hmm.
remembering what they learned last month or the month before that. Um, I also found that instead of doing, say, 2 months of classes, which in my opinion, it takes about 8 weeks at least to start feeling like you're coming through the fog if you're new. Um, at the end of 8 weeks, somebody could have gotten to a certain level in one dance, or they could learn 8 dances in that same time period and be
Hmm.
approximately at the same level of dancer or better. But coming through the fog in that moment, they either know one dance or they can dance 8 dances.
Yeah.
So that's what the social dance series is. The social dance series builds a baseline of ability by learning these different dances, so that if people decide they want to go off and become the country western champion of the world later on, uh, they've got all the skills to be able to do that.
Yeah. It's really
So
like
this
an intro class, right?
Yes. So this is the class that we really recommend most for first time dancers. And we do have 2 levels of it.
Hmm.
So, after people progress through the first level, then they have the opportunity to continue learning with these dances. And this is really what makes a great social dancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these ones are on Tuesdays. It's an 8 week series. They run for an hour and a half each night. And they actually include 2 of our every other Friday night social dance parties.
How fun.
So they actually get opportunity to practice social
Yeah.
dancing. In
Yeah.
fact, we even have a little 15-minute social dance practice that's included in this class every week as well. So that's number one,
Mhm.
social dance series. Now we realize too, sometimes people either they can't on Tuesdays at 6:30, or they really just want to be able to go to Whiskey Dick's. They want to go to a Morrow Winery. They want to be able to go and do some of those what we're going to call nightclub dances,
Mhm.
and that's really what the goal is. So we have another series right here.
There you go. Way to personalize
Yes,
that.
that goes on Wednesdays. And we have two series. So, the social dance series goes for an hour and a half each night. These are just 45-minute classes. They're also kind of integrated series classes. So this
Yeah.
is a 6-week series um, where we're learning basically everything you need to know to go out and
And have a good time.
go to the clubs, right?
Yeah.
So our first one starts at 7:15. It's a country class. We do country two-step. We actually do some country swing this time. We kind of mix these up a little bit. And then we also do a dance that's called the nightclub two-step, which I know it takes care of all of those slower country songs that you just
Uh,
don't know what to do with,
and
right?
like a
Everybody,
two-step feels really weird to be
it
doing.
feels really weird. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, this
Just
isn't
slow
working, but
dancing.
we're gonna do it anyways because this is all we know, right? So in our country class, we're always bridging into some of these other country style dances that people might just not know about.
Right.
And then we also have our Latin series that's at 8 o'clock, and that one covers all your basic Latin club dances, the salsa, bachata, cumbia.
Cumbia.
Um, and one of the things with all of our series classes is, we can look at dancing. There's a lot of patterns to dancing, meaning we can only go so many directions. We can go forward, backwards, sideways. We can turn around, right? And then how we put those steps together and how we combine that with the music is really what builds all of these different dances. So when we can start to see the patterns, we can augment basically our ability in a very, very quick time,
Right.
um, a nonlinear time, let's put it that way.
Right.
So
Right.
that's really what we try to do with all of our group classes.
Well, and
For those,
as you're picking that next one, I just want to let folks know, like, Hannah's going into a lot of detail, but a lot of this will be on the website, either above or below, all depending on what platform. And so we're going to have all that information. So what else have you got to quickly go through to
sure
give us
thing.
all a little tease?
Absolutely. Well, so a couple of things here. Um, for our more advanced dancers, we do have a way for people to progress into those more advanced styles. So this is, for those dancers that have been dancing for a couple of years. And so we got that. That's on Thursdays.
Hmm.
Also, here, I'm just going to share this one. This is it's called our best classes. Now, these are classes that are designed for those who are doing more contemporary ballet,
Yeah.
jazz, just want to get some stretching in, want to work on their flexibility and balance. So these are a solo class. This is not a partnered class.
Hmm.
But those happen on Mondays. Great exercise. And then we also, one last thing here, we do our parties every other Friday. Yes. Uh,
I think that's a
and
great idea.
well, I have to tell you, we have over the years gotten Best Place to Dance in Las Cruces from, Sun News and the Bulletin
Bulletin.
over and over and over again. We've won Best Nightclub. People say, well, you don't seem like a nightclub. I say, well, we're a club. I mean, we dance at night, right?
Yeah.
But our parties are super fun. They're very welcoming. We start off always with a 1 hour group class, and then we
Hmm.
have 2 hours of just social dancing.
That's
This is what I
awesome.
was saying. You can get all your steps in, you have a great time. It's healthy, builds great community. And we mix it up every other Friday. So last Friday that we did it, it was a Latin focused night.
Mm.
Coming up next Friday, so not tonight,
The
is
5th of
we've got
September, huh?
Country Cool, where we actually will show you how to dance numerous ballroom dances and put them into your country western world. So it really opens up what's available when you're hearing all of these different style country songs. You might not know that there's a country cha-cha. Um, so so that's where we play. So what it does
Hmm.
is in this class or in this party, um, you learn, a little wide variety, and then we get to play it with different music so that you feel like, you're going to be dancing a whole bunch of different dances. So
That's fun.
yes,
That's fun. And it makes sense because I can totally see there are components of ballroom dancing that really cross over into country dancing, especially like
yeah,
when you're doing like partner dancing.
absolutely. And at the end of the day, Carrie, dancing is movement to music,
Hmm.
right? And how we do that, when we can build that confidence in ourselves and in our abilities, it just kind of opens up being able to dance everywhere. So, you can learn here, dance everywhere.
Yeah.
I want to just pitch one more little piece, and this
Sure.
is something that we do here with the city of Las Cruces, and that is the Baila Las Cruces. Baila Las Cruces, like said, is sponsored by the city, and it's happening. We will be doing the next the first Thursdays of each month through November.
Hmm.
The class starts at 7 o'clock. It happens on the downtown square and it's free for the community.
Love it.
So it's a wonderful way to just come out, have some fun, see what this whole partner dancing thing is all about. And you can't beat free. So
Yeah.
free is great.
Yeah. You can't.
Thank
You
you, City
can't.
of Las Cruces.
That's a great partnership too, though, because it's really kind of exposing something that's like, I mean, culturally ingrained in our area. And then there are those white folks like me who, would love to be able to do that with at least knowledge and respect to the dance, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so as we're finishing up today, I mean, we've talked a lot about what like people get out of dance classes, but I'm thinking if you can think of like a couple of individuals that have participated in the dance classes, like what do people get out of dancing? We've talked about exercise, we've talked about health, we've talked about community. I'm wondering like what have you seen your students walk away from when they take your classes?
I mean, confidence is
Mm,
huge. And I know that sounds funny because most of us walk around and we're pretty confident in the areas of our lives. But I think, you know, even the most successful people build a greater sense of themselves as they learn to dance. I have to say, our students, I mean, obviously they get more fit, they get healthier, but they get more handsome, they get more beautiful, they start to shine more. Um, so I don't know if confidence is quite the right word for all of that,
yeah,
but they really come into themselves.
yeah.
And that's wonderful. And then of course, yes, as you said, the community is amazing. We need touch, we need community, we need people,
Mm,
especially in this digital age. And we're only going further down that rabbit hole, right? The one thing that AI cannot do
that's
is give
right.
you a hug.
That's what.
They cannot
Oh,
give you a
please,
hug.
please patent that because it's we're seeing it so much, and it's just yes, AI cannot give you a hug. If I ever use that
AI,
phrase, Hannah, I'm going to give you credit for it because it's
okay,
absolutely
well, I just
true.
made it up right now, but
I think it's perfect.
but that's the truth. We have not figured out feel-o-vision. I teach on
Yeah.
Zoom a lot, and I still haven't figured it out. Um, but that human touch, that human connection, as great as our AI robots are going to be someday, there's nothing like looking into somebody else's eyes, feeling our humanity,
Mhm.
um, feeling that sense of touch, and that there's those studies about babies that don't get touched enough.
Yeah. Oh
Right? You
yeah.
know what? I'm going to tell you, humans that don't get touched enough. Um, I think it's a huge cure for depression. Our clients, they tell us they've come out of depression. They
Yeah.
tell us that we're better than their therapists. We tell
Mhm.
them, so we're therapy on wheels, if, right?
Or
So,
therapy on heels. Therapy on
I'm
heels.
going to steal that
We gotta start just brainstorming on phrases.
one.
Because
I
I
love it. We're on. We're
yes,
on.
therapy on
That's
heels.
fantastic. Yes. So I think people have better lives after they
Yeah.
come to us. And I know
Yeah.
that sounds really big and maybe impossible, but their lives just get better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well,
relationships get better.
you've got a smorgasbord of what's coming up. And so if you are interested in dancing, learning how to dance or improving your dance skills, you'll see that link to Soul Ballroom either above or below. And she's got, as you talked, like a ton of classes coming up starting on Tuesday, September 2nd. You'll see all of the class listings there on the website. Hannah, it is always like so just rejuvenating and talking with you because your enthusiasm for dance and just for getting people together is really contagious in all the best ways. So thank you
Thank you so
so
much,
much.
Carrie. It's always
Thank,
so much fun to play with you here too.
yes,
Eh.
absolutely. Well, I hope you have a fabulous weekend before you start your next session of classes. And as always, it's so great to talk to you. So have a great weekend.
Yay, you too. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Come dance with us next week at Soul Ballroom. We can't wait to dance with you.
That was perfect.